Good evening, Willing. Thank you for coming. For this evening, I was thinking if someone would ask me what would be the one thing, the one technique, the one method you would choose out of all these induction techniques and healing techniques I share with you. We have over 20 sessions now, 22 sessions. What would be the one that is a foundation for all, includes all, and the most basic and efficient one? It can be anyone I shared with you. So if you make it simple and just choose one technique and work diligently on that one technique, there is no end to development. For example, breath awareness. There is a high percentage of enlightened people who achieved full enlightenment, starting to work just with breath awareness and went down the whole path of development and awakening and entered the highest enlightenment just by developing breath awareness. So what I want to highlight is not to be confused by many different techniques I shared and methods. It's like a buffet. You don't come and eat everything that is on the table. You choose one thing you like the most, add one, two more, and that's your meal. Maybe for some specific purposes you will choose some other techniques that resonate the best with the goal you want to achieve. But you should have one main and basic approach, main method, and always practice that one. There is a famous metaphor, like if you are digging a well. You dig 1 meter somewhere and then you like go somewhere on another place to dig more, and then you change it again, you change your mind, eventually you don't come to reach the water. Because you are thinking after digging for some time, maybe on some other place I will reach that water sooner. It's closer to the surface. So, however, water may be deep at some specific spot. If you dig just on that spot, you will come to the water sooner than constantly changing the spot and eventually be left thirsty. So, first of all, I want to emphasize simplicity on one side, and on the other side, diligence. Diligence. To really practice it as a practice, as an exercise, and also to apply it in real life situations. Your inner life is not something that is like apart from your everyday life. It should not be. And all the work you do on a level of inner life is only for the purpose to be applied in real life situations. Otherwise, it's totally useless. So, for me, it would be I am awareness, or I point awareness, not even amness, just I point. Why? Because that's the answer to the ancient question, who am I? Who am I? And as it is witnessed by the many seekers from different traditions, self-realization and God-realization are the same thing. When you discover who are you truly, when I say discover, I mean experience it. You will find a God as well. And when you have a God realization, you will find yourself as well. So these are just the two different approaches to the one and the same thing. There are whole traditions based on this who am I question, discovering your true self. Like Gyan Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Yoga of wisdom, Atma Vichara, exploration of the nature of the self. All Vedas, Vedanta, Upanishads, they are founded on this discovery of your true self. What does it mean practically? Just recently, I read a short text of one modern age teacher, Sri Chinmoy. I don't know, have you heard about him? Doesn't matter. He is a great master, Indian master. He was founder of the peace race, worked a lot in a global movement, race for peace. He was a lover of the sports and combining spiritual life with the sports and musician and so on and so forth. Really, really creative person. Like playing 108 instruments in one concert. And it was interesting for me when I found this article. He is speaking about finding the willpower, source of willpower in the I am, because that's actually what I have discovered. He is not elaborating how to use this willpower as I described it in detail in a will system. But he said there is a tiny point of light in your heart, your very self. I'm not quoting, I'm explaining. So concentrate on this I feeling or notion. It's tiny, tiny point. First it's just a notion, then it becomes a feeling, and then you see the light. You see this point of light. As you see this point of light, it expands and you become that light. That's all he said. So let us do today as a healing session and as an induction session, induction of intelligent living light, concentration on this eye point. Many seekers and masters, spiritual masters, locate this point in the heart, within the physical heart, which is in the center of the chest, but lower end of the heart is directed towards left side. So heart is not on the left, it's in the center, but lower end is directed towards the left side of our chest. So basically you can say on the left side to make it simpler. And then again, other seers say that spiritual heart is on the right side of the chest. And that's a true position of the heart within the body template or the soul. Not to name those who are concentrating on more on the left side or more on the right side. My experience is that it is in the center. And that is not in the center of the heart, but more up behind the thymus gland. When you make a sign of a cross, where is that center of the cross? It's a bit above the heart. Heart is a bit lower. So basically, the purpose of the sign of the cross is to help you locate that exact spot. But my point here is for you to find the place, the location of the eye point as it is for you. Maybe it's on the left side, maybe it's on the right side, maybe it's in the center of the chest, a bit lower, a bit higher, I don't care. Bear in mind that eye point is beyond time and space. So when we speak about location in the body, it's not that it is literally located in the body. Body grows around it. So eye point is a seed for all human elements. For the body, for the mind, for the consciousness, from the aura, for the subtle bodies. All of human elements are seeded within this tiny, tiny point. So when we speak about location in the body, we are speaking about the access point, how to access this eye point. Usually we bring our attention from the center of the head, first to center our attention in the center of the head, and go downwards through the neck, into the chest, and enter this heart space or chest space, and specifically this tiny point. Sometimes it doesn't work. You cannot enter, like it's slippery, your attention falls to some side or it's difficult. So there is another entrance point, which is, I call it as works, and that is to come from the back, into the heart space, into this eye point. And that entrance is protected, nothing can block it. So simply have this information that you can enter this space from behind, from your back, through the back door. Once you find eye point, it is not point anymore. It's tiny circle because you can see it. So you can dive deeper, concentrate more, kind of open up. That tiny circle becomes a sphere and concentrate on its center. And when you can clearly see its center, it's a tiny circle again, which you can open up in another concentric circle, sphere, and look at its center, and so on and so forth. So my point is, there is no end to it. When you truly find this eye point, it disappears. It disappears to leave space for direct experience of the true self. What is perceiving this eye point? Our mind. Our mind is perceiving it. And mind cannot operate beyond the time and space. Mind cannot go beyond the point level. It must be something. And point, by definition, has no mass and no dimension. So, point is a symbol of nothingness for the mind, but fullness for the self. Meaning, what happens is when the point disappears, mind is absorbed in its source, which is the self. And only self remains. That experience is beyond words, cannot be explained. So I can only give you this like a guidance or instructions in direction, where to dig, where to seek. But it is for you to dig, to concentrate, and finally come to this experience of, I can only say for the mind it's emptiness, but for the self it's fullness, absolute fullness. And there is no reference point, there is no any content. It's even beyond the light and darkness. It's pure reality of the self. So, let us concentrate together. Leave your pencils. Sit comfortably. Bring your attention in the center of your chest. Wherever you feel there is a center of your chest, find this tiny bubbling feeling. I. It's you. As you locate it, dive into it and concentrate even more. Find the center of this feeling, of this notion. Allow everything to be as it is. We don't care about any thoughts, any emotions, any body sensations arising, any images. Leave everything to be as it is. Just keep your attention on the eye point. Whatever feeling may be, whatever you may see or know there is there, simply seek its center, which is a tiny point. As you concentrate on its center, it will open up, it will have some volume, and seek the center of that new space. No effort needed. Just maintain this intention to unite your attention with its source, with the self. You say mentally, I, you're instantly there. It's a notion, it's a feeling, it's a vision in your light. It is you. when you notice that your mind wanders away, just gently bring it back to the eye point. Thank you. How was it? Anyone would like to share? Or maybe you have some questions, I don't know. Yes, mind becomes silent. Yes, Bhakti, please. Unmute your mic, please. We don't hear you, Bhakti. You need to unmute your mic.
Sorry, I was
Yes.
muted. Yeah, I I was deep into my eye point, and I was totally at peace, and I was almost falling asleep, and then I started to have a dream, and I was jumping walls, and I haven't got a clue what that was all about. But anyway, I had a dream.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Yes. So uh, in order to access eye point, you need to start from your conscious mind, go through the subconscious, and even pass through the unconscious to finally reach the source of consciousness, which is your eye point, your very self. So the key is to allow any experience that may arise, like thoughts or visions or dream, yeah, you go into deep relaxation, deep, peaceful, calm state. And usually, mind, basically, mind is accustomed to enter the dreaming state when the relaxation happens. So, since we are doing this consciously, willingly, then you prevent that just by focusing on eye point. You don't care what's going on around. Uh, it may be tempting, like nice images or scary images or whatever may arise, but that's something just passing by. Like you are reading a book in a train and like imagery is passing behind the window and you are focusing on your book. You're not looking outside the window. So basically it's like that. Thank you, Barty. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Yes, Catherine, sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. I just have a really warm sensation, like really, really hot, lovely kind of warmth, and then I could feel it on the top of my head, and then I was trying to bring it back down, and just it was just really relaxing, really, just really easy, relaxing. Not, it wasn't easy to do. Sorry. I mean, it was easy once to feel relaxed. It was very peaceful.
Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Uh, uh, Different body sensations also can occur, but the again key is, as you did, if you feel it on the top of your head, just bring it back. Attention always, you are bringing back attention to it. You know, like some seekers are witnessing, uh, uh, many seekers are witnessing strange phenomena going on as you pass to the subconscious mind, even going through the unconscious mind. So some seekers they testify like and other people saw like celestial beings coming and worshiping that person or being challenged by some dark forces or whatever happens. So all kind of experiences may happen with intensive concentration, but you're absolutely protected. You don't care about that. So totally neutral attitude towards any possible experience. That is just experience. What we are seeking is one who is experiencing all these experiences. So any content that may rise in a consciousness is of secondary importance. It's maybe there is some importance, maybe like signs by the road. So just telling you how far you get with you got with your work. Excellent, excellent. And you see, we didn't do any preparation, like listen to the sounds, the thoughts. No need it at all. Go directly. It's you. It's something closer to you than your very breath, than any thought, than anything. It's you. Why should I prepare to be what I am? I just want to acknowledge it, recognize it by bringing my attention to entrance point into the space of self. That's all. No preparation. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Thank you. Anyone else has something to share? Would like to share? Yes, please.
Hi, everyone. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Ramona. I'm very new to the group, and I've been invited by Luisa to join you. And I think it was just the perfect timing for me to join, because accessing this point of I am, what you're talking about, was very easy, because I've been having trouble a couple of days, especially this morning when I woke up, having this pain in my chest or right in the back where you were talking about. It's just like, it's there. And funny enough, during the meditation, it was like, it was so peaceful, nothing there. It was just bliss, swaying and floating. And there's a moment kind of coming out. It's just kind of reminding me it's there. I don't know if this is probably this magic of treatment that I'm getting from Louisa, but something really happening. And I think accessing this I am is absolutely what's called for me right now. I don't know, maybe you can emphasize a little bit more what's happening, but every time I'm kind of getting out of it, it's, or at least this couple of days, reminding me, be in it, like right at that access point, be there. It's like I can't just drop everything and just be in the meditation all the time. That will be gone, right? But as soon as you kind of getting out of it, it's reminding me. So I just wanted to share that with you, and thank you for, can one be just fully in meditative state all the time? I mean, maybe one day, I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So first of all, we are always ready for this. In all life, all joys, all troubles are always pointing at some direction, at the same direction, which is your I am feeling, your I am. That's the purpose of life. To bring you to this point and to start to live from that point. I don't call it meditation, I call it concentration, because for meditation you need to go inside. You need to have this closed eyes, deep relaxation, and then to concentrate in this relaxed state. But this is concentration. I rarely close my eyes. And it's even easier for me because when my eyes are open, I am in a conscious mind, so it's easier to concentrate. And it's not concentration on the object of concentration. It's concentration on the subject, the one who is concentrating. So there is nothing more natural, and definitely you can continuously stay in this state. It's a natural state. All you do is you notice when you forget about it, when you lose your center, and the moment you realize you are not centered, instantly you're centered. How? Well, I, that's all, and you're there. Okay? So, and it's not mind-based concentration. That's just initial connection that we make by bringing our attention into the heart, introducing our attention to the heart. But once you are there, how to put it in words? It's like you are concentrating with your heart. It's more like you feel your eye point than concentrating with your mind on it. That's why your attention, mind attention, can be anywhere. You can read something, speak with people, work, relax, have fun, listen to music, whatever you do. But heart, let's call it heart, continues to dwell on itself. So self-awareness, or I would rather call it experience of the self, is innate faculty, innate quality of the self. That's natural. So simply you, by allowing everything to be as it is and recognizing that you are, and there is no distance between you and you. You are there. And after some practice, like, you cannot lose it. I don't know what to do not to be what I am. Even sometimes I'm angry. You know, I have all kinds of feelings and emotions, or I'm in some stressful situation. And strangely enough, I never lose myself. Even when I'm angry. Like, we have a expression, he was beyond himself from anger, yeah? Out of himself or herself. And even these strong negative emotions are happening, I feel it like it's happening somewhere on the surface. And I'm watching it from deep within, where my very self lies. Okay, so just practice. That's all.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And bear in mind, there is nothing easier, more simple, and more accessible than you. Being you. That's all. But without any explanation, concepts about you, I am this or that, I am like this or like that. So without any qualification of that experience, simple, basic experience of your very self. Okay, so thank you so much. That's what I want to share with you today. And also, we will make a pause with the Living Light inductions. I will see what will happen later on. I don't know how long, but simply I felt that I gave you so much material and you're not, frankly, you're not re-listening it, practicing. I don't have a feeling that you are practicing it enough. So I think for you it will be much more useful to go through all the materials I already shared there on my YouTube channel, re-listen, find what is your favorite method, what is your favorite technique, and then practice it for a month or 2 or 3 months. See how it works. Maybe change it, but give it a proper chance. So maybe what we will do later on, I don't know when, just to do some more practices, just to practice. But as I explained, it's not the point to have as much as techniques as it is possible. It's simply I wanted to serve you with a buffet so that you can find what works for you, what is tasteful and appealing, and then take more of it, ask more of it with your regular practice. Okay? So, thank you from my very self for your kind presence, and see you on the other side.